Basically, we're taking all of our float rope, which is what conventionally most all the fishermen use, on the bottom, so that when the tide is slack, it floats up off the bottom so it doesn't chafe or get caught on the sharp rocks. And we're having to put a line that sinks to the bottom. And this is going to mean we're going to lose a lot of fishing bottom that we normally would fish in certain times of the year, because your line will catch, and when you go to pull your traps up, it'll cut the line off, so you lose your gear. So it's going to restrict us a lot on where we can fish, and you may have to replace this line every year, where a lot of the line that we've taken off, I've fished for 6 and 7 years. And the new line we're putting on is more expensive per coil. And, what you're doing is taking a quality line off and putting junk on it. And I've fished for 34 years out here, and I've never seen a right whale. And there's no feed for them. And, any animal, if you can't get feed, they're not just going to travel in that area. There's right whales 35 miles offshore, but that's in Canada. That's not U.S. territory. Well, why should they give us a hard time just because there's right whales in Canada? But they have a lot of money and a lot of lawyers, and they target individual fishermen. We've got to work for a living. We haven't got time to hire lobbyists and fight a battle that we probably couldn't win anyway.
You've got 20 fathoms to your first trap, and then continuous from loop to loop every 20 fathoms for 12 traps, and then you've got your other anchor. So you've got, from anchor to anchor, you've got 260 fathoms. Basically, in the last couple of weeks, we've been in the process of switching all of our ground lines on our trawls over from float rope, which is on this pallet here, to sink rope, which is all gone over and inside these barrels. And each barrel represents one trawl, which would have 12 traps on it. So when we originally started, the barrel had float rope on our ground line, which is here. We've had to take that off and replace it with the sink rope, which we're being forced to use to comply with the new rule or regulation that we're up against.
So, in total, how many feet of rope are you changing out for this season?
Well, roughly it's going to be somewhere a little bit over 100,000 feet of rope.